All right. So, we've been getting a lot of questions about AI,
Hmm.
and, everybody wants to know about the future of AI, like what is real, what is hype, what should we really be paying attention to?
Right.
And you shared that podcast, Future Forward, with us.
Yes.
And it seems like a pretty good starting point to kind of unpack all this, right?
Definitely.
Because it's already impacting our lives,
Yeah.
in ways we don't even realize probably.
Absolutely.
And it's only going to become, more influential.
For sure. For sure.
For
What's so fascinating is how AI is already like woven into our everyday experiences.
Hmm.
Think about like Siri and Alexa and even those Netflix recommendations you get.
Right.
It's not, it's not just robots taking over the world. It's
Yeah.
these algorithms
Yeah.
that are shaping our digital world like right now.
So it's already like working behind the scenes, making decisions for us.
Yeah, in a way.
That's kind of cool, but also a little creepy, right?
It definitely raises some interesting questions. These algorithms, they learn patterns from huge amounts of data and use that to predict what you might like,
Hmm.
what you might buy, even what you might click on next.
Oh.
It's all about prediction and personalization.
So it's not just predicting our preferences,
Yeah.
right? Because the podcast also talked about AI actually like creating things,
Oh, yeah?
art, music, even writing.
Right.
Like those tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney and DLE. I mean, they're like blurring the lines between what's human and what's machine creativity.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing, a bad thing, or somewhere in between?
I think that's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on who you ask.
Okay.
Some people see it as a threat to like human creativity,
Yeah.
while others see it as a new tool, like a
Right.
way to augment our own abilities.
Mhm.
So you can imagine like a musician using AI to compose a symphony,
Right.
or a writer using AI to overcome writer's block. I mean, it's like a whole new world of possibilities.
Okay, so let's imagine the near future, like 5 to 10 years from now.
Yeah.
The podcast was, painting this picture of personalized AI tutors, AI that can like predict illnesses, self-driving cars everywhere. Sounds pretty amazing, right?
On the surface, yes, it does sound like something out of a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
But, we have to think about the implications,
Right.
the potential downsides as well. Like,
Yeah.
what happens to teachers when every student has a personalized AI tutor? How do we ensure fairness and accuracy in AI-powered healthcare?
Oh, that's a good point.
These are questions we need to be grappling with right now.
Yeah, I guess it's easy to just get caught up in the cool factor and, forget about the potential downsides.
Right.
But honestly, that's what makes this whole conversation so interesting.
Totally.
It's not just about the technology itself. It's about how it changes our lives,
Yeah,
our jobs, our society,
exactly.
like as a whole.
And that brings us to the next level of the conversation.
Okay.
What happens when we start talking about AI that's not just good at specific tasks, but AI that rivals or even surpasses human intelligence?
Wow.
This is where the concept of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, comes in.
Okay.
And honestly, this is where things get really interesting.
AGI.
Yeah.
Okay, AGI, artificial general intelligence. That sounds pretty intense.
It is.
The podcast made it sound like some people think it's humanity's greatest hope and some people think it's our biggest threat.
Right.
What's the deal with that?
It's definitely a concept that sparks a lot of debate, and for good reason. AGI is basically the idea of an AI that can learn and perform any intellectual task that a human being can.
Oh, wow.
Think about the potential AI solving complex problems like climate change, developing cures for diseases that have baffled us for centuries, even pushing the boundaries of space exploration.
So it's like having a super intelligent partner
Yeah,
to tackle like the world's biggest challenges.
exactly.
But what about those threat scenarios?
Right.
The podcast mentioned, concerns about AI becoming uncontrollable, even posing like a danger to humanity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It's true that those concerns exist, and it's important to consider them.
Yeah.
One of the key challenges with AGI is ensuring that its goals align with our own.
Oh, okay.
Like, how do we program values and ethics
Right.
into a system that's capable of learning and evolving beyond our control?
That's a really good point. I mean, even with current AI, we see issues with bias,
For sure.
unintended consequences.
Yeah.
So with something as powerful as AGI,
Right.
the stakes are even higher.
Exactly. And that's why the development of AGI isn't just a technological challenge, it's a philosophical and ethical one as well. We need to be thinking about questions like, what does it mean for a machine to be intelligent?
Right.
What rights, if any, should AI systems have?
Oh.
How do we ensure that AGI benefits all of humanity and not just a select few?
I'm starting to see why this whole AI thing is so much bigger than just the tech itself.
Right.
It really makes you think about the future we're creating.
It does.
So let's say for the sake of argument that we do manage to create AGI safely and responsibly.
Okay.
What would that even look like? How would it change our lives?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's hard to even imagine.
Right.
But let's try to unpack it a bit.
Okay.
Imagine a world where mundane tasks are automated by AI,
Okay.
freeing up human time and energy for more creative and fulfilling pursuits.
Interesting.
Imagine breakthroughs in science and medicine happening at an unprecedented pace.
Wow.
Imagine a world where poverty and hunger are eradicated thanks to the problem-solving capabilities of AGI.
Wow, that sounds pretty utopian.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic. There will probably be some downsides too, right?
Of course, as with any major technological advancement,
Right.
there will be challenges and disruptions.
Yeah.
We'll need to adapt our education systems, rethink the nature of work,
Hmm.
and grapple with questions of economic inequality in a world where AI is doing more and more of the heavy lifting.
So it's not just about sitting back and letting AI solve all our problems.
No.
It's about understanding its potential, both positive and negative,
Right.
and figuring out how to navigate this new reality.
For sure.
It sounds like we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI, even if we're not tech experts.
Absolutely. The choices we make today, the conversations we have, the policies we put in place,
Right.
they all contribute to the direction AI takes, and it's crucial that we approach this with a sense of responsibility and awareness.
So how do we even begin to prepare for a future where AI is such a prominent force?
Right.
And this is all pretty overwhelming.
It can definitely feel that way, but there are some concrete steps you can take.
Okay.
First and foremost, stay informed.
Okay.
Keep learning about AI, its capabilities, and its implications. The more you understand, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the changes ahead.
Okay, so knowledge is power.
Yeah.
What else can we do?
Another crucial step is to focus on developing skills that complement AI,
Okay.
rather than trying to compete with it. Things like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, complex problem solving. These are the uniquely human qualities that will become even more valuable in an AI-driven world.
So it's not about becoming an AI expert ourselves,
Right.
but about understanding how to leverage AI as a tool
Yeah,
while also honing the skills that make us distinctly human.
exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Feels like we've only just scratched the surface of this whole AI thing.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's a little scary, and it's definitely something we all need to be thinking about.
It really is a fascinating time to be alive.
Mhm.
We're on the cusp of a technological revolution that has the potential to reshape our world in profound ways.
Yeah.
And as we've discussed, it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the choices we make,
Yeah.
the values we prioritize, and the future we envision.
So what's the takeaway here? What can we actually do to prepare for an AI-powered future besides, staying informed
Right.
and developing those uniquely human skills?
Yeah.
The podcast mentioned something about advocating for ethical AI.
Yes.
What does that even mean in practice?
That's a great question, and it's something we all have a responsibility to consider. Advocating for ethical AI means supporting the development and use of AI in ways that align with our values, our morals, and our vision for a just and equitable society.
Right.
It means asking tough questions about bias, fairness, transparency, and accountability.
So it's about being aware of the potential pitfalls
Yeah,
and making sure AI is used for good, not for harm.
right.
But how do we actually do that? I mean, it's not like we're all AI programmers or policymakers.
You don't have to be a tech expert to make a difference.
Yep.
Start by having conversations like this one, raising awareness among your friends, family, and colleagues.
Right.
Support organizations that are working to promote ethical AI development.
Okay.
And when you encounter AI in your own life,
Yeah.
whether it's a recommendation algorithm, a chatbot, or a self-driving car, think critically about its impact and don't be afraid to voice your concern.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about being informed, being engaged, and speaking up when we see something that doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
It's empowering to realize that we actually have a say in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. The future of AI isn't predetermined.
Right.
It's a story that's still being written, and we all have the opportunity to contribute to the narrative.
This has been a real eye-opener. I
Yeah.
think we both went into this deep dive with a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And we're walking away with even more. But that's the beauty of learning, right?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
about embracing the unknown and continuing to explore.
Couldn't have said it better myself. If this conversation has sparked your curiosity, remember, we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
There's a whole world of AI knowledge out there waiting to be explored.
So to everyone listening, keep learning, keep questioning, and most importantly, stay curious.
Yes.
The future of AI is in our hands, and it's up to all of us to shape it wisely.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI.